Today we're going to talk about how to get featured by these huge accounts so that they will, feature you, repost your content. We're going to talk about the exact process, how you go about that, how to get your pictures reposted by these huge accounts so that you will get lots and lots of new followers. And the big thing is we're going to talk about the total free way. So no cost involved. There's a paid way for that, but if you're like me, I like free stuff. Also, to get the most out of it, please stay until the end. I have this special hack for this whole thing to even work better. Right, so without lots of fluff, let's get right into it. Right, so here's the thing. Why would you even want to, get featured by these big accounts? And if that's actually one of your questions, you might be in the wrong place because here on this channel, it's all about social media growth, building your presence, especially on Instagram, and building up your personal brand so you can, eventually maybe even live off of your personal brand. So if that's something that you're into, hit that subscribe button and the bell, because there's a lot more, hundreds of videos to cover about the whole topic, right? Anyway, if big accounts feature you, of course it will benefit your account immensely. People will see that, lots of more people will see that, lots of more people will come over towards your profile, boosting your own followers, boosting basically everything. You've probably all seen this video where these guys boosted this personal brand, personal profile for 50,000 followers within 24 hours. And it's actually kind of a lot, right? And actually sounds a little bit too good to be true if you ask me. And I do actually have a hinge that it actually is too good to be true, but I want to be honest to you and just say it might not be, that honest. But I'll do my research. I'm already doing my research, and I'll get into that in another video. That's why you should subscribe, by the way. Still, getting featured and having big pages shouting you out is a big thing, and it's actually one of the most important and most the fastest ways to grow on Instagram these days. And there's a process behind all that. There's a process how you should go about that. You can just randomly hope for the best, use the hashtags from these shout out pages, and that's it. No, there's a whole process behind that, and I'm gonna guide you step by step through that process. Right, so what do you need? What do you actually need? Well, first of all, you need good and shareable content. And if you're new here, you probably will hear this a lot more, and you've probably heard it before if you're not new here. But content is the most important thing on Instagram, just because of its visual nature. What's wrong with Right, so like I said, content is the most important thing here on Instagram, the visual nature of Instagram. And sometimes you might get confused, you might get overwhelmed, you might be like, okay, I don't know what kind of content I can share. What content is good content that's shareable, like I said. And one simple way actually to figure that out is go to your explore page, find similar content, similar posts, and just kind of try to replicate them, or try to let yourself be inspired by those posts, because those posts are already proven to be shareable in a sense because they're on the explore page. Alright, so while editing, I had this other awesome idea. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead, look at all your posts that you have that performed a lot better than the other ones. For example, you usually have 100 likes, and then you have this one post that had 150 likes, right? So you go ahead, take that, and this is so awesome. This is such a cool idea. You go ahead, take that, and take a screenshot of the post and your analytics from that post, okay? This is pretty important. So once you've done that with the post, with the analytics, with the screenshot, it's time to continue with sending DMs. Right, now my friend comes the big thing and the cool thing, and I kind of had to re-record the whole video because I thought about something even greater. So you go ahead, you have your screenshot ready, and you have a lot of profiles that should usually repost your content already. And then you go ahead and send them all a DM with your screenshot saying, hey, I know I'm a pretty small profile, but I've got this one cool post that I recently made, and it's done really great. It's like the best performing post that I've ever made in my life. I think it would fit totally in your profile, in your account, you know, it'd be a cool fit, and I think your audience might like that, right? So then the thing that you actually have to do is actually to send this DM to hundreds of accounts, you know, and this is kind of grind. This is pretty much work if you know, to be completely honest, but you know, it pays really off. You have to make a list of lots of different accounts that might be, you know, deemable or that might feature your account, and just throw it out, and it's a lot of work. I tell you that for sure. If you don't want to do the work, by the way, just go down the street. And you know, usually, at least here in Vienna, there's lots of, you know, especially those yellow student people. They're kind of have a yellow shirt on it, and they want to sell their NGO subscription. So if someone asks you to, you know, subscribe or to pay them this fee, they only do it, you know, to get money. So you know, just tell them you have something better to do. You know, pay them like $1, €1 more, you'll all be fine. They will do it for you. Anyway, so you've got that. And you know, the first thing that you want to do is kind of baby step your way up to bigger accounts. So for example, let's say you have 700 followers in your own account. You want to get a list, you want to get featured first by, you know, accounts that have, you know, relatively small followings. For example, if you have 700 followers, take accounts that have, I don't know, 25,000 followers, and try to get reposted or shouted out. How do you say that even? Shouted out? I don't know. You know, try to get shouted out by those with 25,000 followers in that range. So usually, if someone gets reposted by a quality page with 25,000 followers, you can gain 30 to 50, sometimes even up to 150 new followers. Right, doesn't sound like a lot, sounds actually kind of, you know, not much at all, but it's all part of the big equation. It's all part of the game plan. It's all part of the secret. For example, let's say you got reposted on this account with, you know, 25,000 followers. You got your 100, you know, followers from that shout out, but the post on the account that, you know, featured you had, you know, 22,000 likes or 2,500 likes, right? And this is the cool thing, and this is the thing that's gonna snowball this whole thing on. This is actually the big secret behind that strategy. You go ahead and take a screenshot again of this post with 2,000 likes or 2,500 likes, and then you go ahead and try to look for other accounts, you know, even bigger accounts. Send them your initial DM saying, okay, hey, my name's Dominik. I have worked with this cool account, with this account. They featured my stuff. It did really work. It did really well. Here are the statistics for that, and I really think that would benefit your account as well. And you know, of course, if they see that, your chances of getting reposted are, you know, 100 times more likely, because you know, it first of all gives you social proof. And you know, everyone is in for the social proof here on social media, which is, I don't know if that's good, but whatever. And they see, okay, this post already worked well with this account. This post already worked well with this account. So their own chances of getting to the Explore feed themselves with your posts are way higher, because they see, okay, this is already a proven picture, right? You get it? It's kind of a sneaky tactic, to be honest, but it works so well, people. And no one seems to talk about that. So then this whole thing is gonna snowball. Other accounts will feature you. You can, you know, screenshot and talk about it, tell it to other accounts, you know, 10 million followers accounts, and be like, okay, I've worked with these and these, these and these. I sound like a pirate. Accounts that have an average about 2 million followers, and I think it would work well with your page as well. And you know the game already by now. You can also expand that strategy, you know, reach out to blogs, reach out to YouTube pages, reach out to, you know, online magazines. You know, there's basically no borders. There's no, you know, the sky's the limit. Of course, you know, hearing this and hearing about this strategy may sound easy, simple, but it's actually not. Because, my friends, one of the hardest things to get from the strategy is actually to get the attention from these pages, to get, you know, recognized by them. Because lots of those pages get, you know, hundreds, thousands of messages daily. I mean, you know, even with my own personal account, with my small personal account, I get lots of, you know, messages already daily. So, you know, first of all, sorry if I don't answer right away. You know, it might take some time, but, you know, eventually I will. Also, sorry to all of you guys that sent me DMs about, you know, going over your profile. What can they do better? What's the thing? You know, I really love to help people. I really do. I love, especially when it comes to people building up their presence in social media and you know, their brand social media, you know, eventually be able to live off of that and all that stuff. I really love to help you guys, don't understand me wrong, but here's the thing. I do have a social media agency where people actually pay a lot of money, you know, to have access to my knowledge, to our all knowledge, all of the people that are usually here. And to be really honest, it'd be kind of unfair to those people that pay lots of money if I just gave away lots of advice for free. And there's the neighbors looking at me right now from the outside. Hello. So here's what I came up with, and I'm really sorry if I get sidetracked actually here. So I have this page where you can actually book me for, you know, consultation calls, you know, for all of those stuff. You can book me when you want some really specific things. You want me to go over your whole profile. You want me to go over your you know, strategy, you know, build a strategy for you, with you, build an action plan, you know, for you to implement, for you to be able to grow your social media like really fast, really well, with the right kinds of metrics. I have this page where you can actually, you know, schedule a meeting with me. So I actually have that linked in the description, that page. And actually, if you don't want that, if you just want to get your thing reviewed for free or whatever, you can still send me a DM, and I might do some videos where I go over your accounts and, you know, talk about them. The only downside of this would be it would have to be here on YouTube, maybe in a YouTube live, maybe on a regular video. I currently have about 5 to 10 people in the pipeline. So if you're still in for that, if you want that, you know, send me a DM and we'll all work out, you know. Anyway, I'm getting kind of sidetracked here. So how can you actually get the attention from those big, you know, pages to, you know, feature you? And because we just said this is the most important part, but it's also the hardest part. One easy way is, you know, just go to their page, turn on the post notifications, and whenever they put up a post, you'll see lots of people commenting down below, asking some questions. You know, what kind of lens did you take this with? What kinds of, you know, I don't know, what kinds of music is on this background track, or how did you achieve that, or how can you find this or that? You want to go ahead, figure all that out, and, you know, help the people in their community in the comments. You know, answer those, engage with people, you know, like make a friendly conversation, and I'm sure you will appear on their radar. You know, usually sooner than later, because, you know, you just see it. If someone really often, you know, engages with your audience, helps your own profile out, helps your audience out, your community out, they will know. If they've seen your account already, it'll be much more likely to recognize you within the DMs. Also, you could just go ahead and like every single picture of them and comment saying, okay, hey, I sent you a DM. I sent you a DM, please, please, please. Right, so if you do this, I'm sure you will get noticed by lots of big accounts, big pages that will feature you, and you will have 10,000 followers in no time. Or actually, you won't have a lot of time to do anything else, because this thing just takes a lot of time and effort. But anyway, and this is the last thing that I want to get into. This is a special hack. This is one of the most important things to get the most out of the strategy, you know? This puts the icing on the cake. The way that people tag you is actually really important for your success. And if you do it the right way, people are more likely gonna go over to your profile, resulting in, you know, more followers from a shout out. So how are you gonna do that? Of course, they should tag you, just, you know, regular tag, but that's not something special, you know, if you figured that out. But they should put a clear command to the people in their captions. In the marketing world, we call it a call to action, and actually, you know, subconsciously drives people to an action. You know, if they read it, their subconscious mind will, you know, more likely do this thing that they just read. For example, just put in, and it's as easy as that, put in follow at heyDominik. And by the way, you should really follow heyDominik on Instagram, and subscribe here, and give him a like. I've heard he's got some great content. Anyway, so if you put in the call to action that we call it, you know, usually in the caption somewhere, it doesn't matter if it's at the top, you know, of course it's better if it's at the top, but if it doesn't matter, at least it's in there somewhere. If you have this call to action in it saying follow, and then with the ad, you know, drive them towards your profile, you'll notice lots of more people coming over to your profile. And this is basically the secret behind that all. Anyway, thanks for watching today. The wind's kind of blowing. I hope you can hear it. My name's Dominik. I'll see you in a couple of days, and I hope you like this tutorial. Bye bye.